This is JD Stormbreaker.
Hey everyone, welcome back once again to the channel. Today I have another Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure. This would be VGM40 Batgirl. Batgirl is actually, this design of Batgirl is actually from the video game Batman Arkham Knight. Now I remember playing Arkham Knight back in the day, just I guess a few years ago. And I did play as Batgirl, and I was thinking to myself that I was very interested to see a Hot Toys or 1/6 scale version of this iteration of Batgirl, just because I love the way the design worked in the game itself. Her armor is sort of similar to Batman's armor, and Batman's armor in the game is excellent. So I did want to see a Hot Toys figure of her, and here she is. So I decided to shoot this video because I'm just going to open her up and we will see how she is. And of course, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to my channel by hitting that subscribe button just below. I do reviews on Hot Toys, I do reviews on 1/6 scale figures, and a whole lot of other pop culture collectibles. First off, let's take a look at the outer packaging or art box. Now, you know when you get some of these Hot Toys and you pull them out of their shippers and you look at the art box and you're like, wow, that's a great piece of artwork just because of the detail that is on there. It happened with this box itself. Another time I actually had that same feeling was when I first got the Endgame style boxes for the Avengers Hot Toys. I really like the design of the box, and just the detail that is put on the box makes it stand out. And right here is an example of an art box that I love. I love the artwork on here. I love how it's kind of like this black on one side has kind of like a nice black and white picture on the other. It's got kind of like a textured feel on there. Looks great. You can, of course, open up the front flap to reveal the figure itself in a window box. I've waited quite a while for this figure to come in, and I can't wait any longer to open this up. So let's do a quick unboxing and I will be right back. So Batgirl comes with a few accessories here. We'll quickly go through them. Rather than being able to switch out her entire head, we can just switch out her faceplate. So this one right here seems like kind of like a smirking one, but sort of neutral as well. It's got really great sculpting. It really does look like a face, and nice paintwork on here as well. There's somewhat of a texturing on there, so you can kind of see that it's like kind of like real skin. It also comes with this little black tool that you're able to use to switch out the faceplate. We will demonstrate that later. Batgirl comes with these two batarangs. Look really great. Look like they just pulled them out of the game and just put them in a plastic form. I do like the nice shiny parts on here. Makes them look a little bit metallic. Obviously, it's just plastic though. She also comes with this remote hacking device. Now the screen on here, or the mock screen, can be rotated, and it also can be removed from this little black piece behind it. Looks really cool. Don't know how many times I'll actually use it or have her pose with it, but it's cool to have nonetheless. Of course, you would have to come with this grapnel gun. It's a little weird shaped. It's not necessarily shaped like a gun because the holder part is kind of outstretched backwards, but still looks really good. Nicely painted. It's got some weathering on there on the gunmetal type gray. You can remove the bat claw off of it so you can replace it with this bat claw where it's actually extending with the wire. Now the wire is kind of flimsy, so I don't really know how to pose her with this kind of flimsy wire on there, but I guess who knows? In addition to the hands that are already attached to the figure, she comes with 8 more switch out hands. Take one for example. Really like this nice gloved hand. The design on here is really great and the details are they're very fine and they look really nice. I do like the gold trim that is on there as well. It really shines and it really stands out. Excellent sculpting on here. Last but not least, of course, Batgirl comes with her own stand. Nice little design on the top with her face on there and a little background and Arkham Knight on the front. I will have to peel off that nameplate plastic on top of it. Let's now put her on this stand and we'll do a rotate and I'll be right back after that. All right, so let's take a closer look at this figure, shall we? As I mentioned before, the main reason I got this figure was the design of the Batgirl suit. The mask is really great. I like how there's different angles on here, and yet it's still sort of rounded to be a mask or a cowl. And it looks like it's very like high tech compared to just a regular cowl where you just pull it over your face. Looks really neat. I like the way everything is shaped and sculpted here. Another thing that surprised me is they went with rooted hair underneath the cowl there. I think it was a really good decision. I would rather have this rooted hair than kind of like sculpted hair coming out of the back. That way when you're turning her head, it doesn't just seem like one floating piece. Of course, you can turn her head from side to side with no issues there. The neck kind of bends here and there, so you can pose her with a tilted head. She has no issues looking up. And a great range of motion looking down. I like how the neck kind of bends downwards. It's sort of naturally for her to look downwards. Taking a closer look at her chest area here. Nice gold bat emblem just right on the front. There's a bit of intentional weathering right on the emblem itself, so it looks like it's kind of scratched. I'm pretty sure that is pretty intentional, considering some of the gold on the arms have exactly the same scratching. So I do want to mention that the upper torso and arms of this figure has kind of like this bat suit. It's kind of reminds me of the DX12 if you have that Batman. So it's got a suit and a body underneath. And the suit is soft, almost rubbery, and you are able to move the figure and the suit kind of bends slightly. This one seems like it will have a little bit better articulation than the DX12. Very nice designs here. I do like the multiple lines on the suit itself and the little, I don't know what you call it, rivet points that are on the suit. Just kind of makes it look like that it's kind of put together in high tech. And of course, we have her cape here, nice and shiny on the outside. The inner lining is gold. So because it's got the 2 linings there, it is a little bit thicker, but not that thick that it looks really terrible. There's some very nice sculpting on her back too, which is very interesting that they would go to this much detail to sculpt her back, even though chances are you probably won't see it that much. All right, well, if you would excuse my thumbs, I'm just going to check this torso articulation. So there is definitely a slight bend when you push her abdomen in. Now, it's kind of cool the way the suit works where her abs are there and it kind of naturally pulls out as you push the torso in. So that's kind of neat. Pulling her upper chest backwards will have the opposite effect where the abs will stretch almost naturally, which is really awesome. You can twist her waist slightly left and right. Very sweet design on this belt. It's certainly not a typical Batman style belt, but it is certainly something I can see Batgirl wearing. I am really liking this nice shiny material of this cape. There's actually, it looks like there's two types of material on the back. There's like a faux leather, and then there's another shiny faux leather. I like how they're kind of stitched together, sort of like the bottom of a star, whatnot. It spreads out really wide, and there are different wires across them. I believe there's wires that go down from the top of the cape to every single point, which is really neat. You can do different poses with this, and you don't have to buy a custom cape. Of course, me playing with the wires a little bit just to see how they would look by bending. There's very nice looking gold trim just right under her hair on the cape. And speaking of the hair is really nice and wavy. It does get frizzy here and there, so you kind of have to rein it in by like stroking it a bit and just having it look all nice and neat. But otherwise, I do like the choice they made with his hair. You'll notice the bat emblem just on the side on her cape. I like that the decision they made not putting it directly in the center, which would be almost obvious. I like how it's just right off on the side. Ooh, I really love her gold gauntlets. I can't stress how much I love this design of Batgirl. You can, of course, twist her wrists, and you can twist the forearm gauntlets. You can actually feel the ratchets as you pull her arm up. Elbow, you can go a little bit past 90 degrees. I do like how it doesn't kind of snap back from the suit. The suit, however, will hinder it from going all the way up as the suit is starting to twist just right at the shoulder. You'll also see some twisting of the suit just right underneath the armpit. Now, the legs kind of throw me off. They kind of remind me of like an action figure. I mean, I used to collect the G.I. Joes back in the day, not the 12-inch ones, the 3 3/4 inch ones. And her bottom torso actually remind me of those G.I. Joe figures where the legs are kind of attached, but they're jointed just right above the thighs. It certainly is a weird decision by Hot Toys, but again, I think back on that DX12 where I had not a whole lot of success trying to move his legs in certain positions. So, I don't mind this as much as I thought I would. With these kind of action figure legs, you can pull her legs out pretty far up to the front to kick. However, you'll notice when you pull her leg out that way, a little part of her buttock is rotating towards the bottom. It would certainly look sort of odd to some. I guess it's, again, the Alexa Bliss effect where they kind of sculpted the back part of her butt tights to be tapered a little bit more. So when you have her standing still, it's fine because the buttocks are there, but when you move the leg, the buttock moves with it. But anyways, enough of that. I mean, I don't actually pronounce buttocks like buttock. I just like saying buttock. The knee bends about 90 degrees there. Ankle is on a ball joint, so really good range of motion for her feet. You can twist it around, have it backwards and forwards. And before I forget, here's a shot of the back of her legs. All right, for those of you who are interested in switching out her face sculpt, it's very simple. You just take her head off, and then you just grab this little tool here. There's a little hole underneath. All you have to do is just insert the peg from the black tool underneath, and you just have to align it and just push the face out. That's kind of creepy, but anyways, you just have to line up the other face and just push it in. Speaking of the faces, I kind of wish they came with two different faces. They're kind of different, but very slightly. I kind of wish they had more of a different expression, but yeah. Comparison time. So here is Batgirl with, I don't have any Pepsi cans this week, but here's Batgirl with a Coca-Cola can. Here's Batgirl with a DX09 Batman. Now, although there's some obvious differences with the stands, I do feel that the Arkham series of Hot Toys, their figures are a little bit taller than the regular Hot Toys that are off of movies and whatnot. So they're going to seem a little bit bulkier or taller than the regular movie style figures. So although the stands are different, I feel like Batman should still be a little bit taller than Batgirl. But again, these are from two different lines, so you're going to expect a little bit of differences here and there. Certainly a better comparison would be Batgirl alongside Deathstroke. So Deathstroke is from Batman Arkham Origins and that line from Hot Toys. So of course he scales a little bit better with this Batgirl. Final thoughts. Well, I definitely regret getting the Prestige Batman from Arkham Knight and then turning around and selling him. Because I wish I had them both together and it's a bummer. Maybe I'll get them back. Who knows? But anyways, I really do like this Batgirl figure. Granted, there are some weird decisions, like the decision to have both of her switch out faces look almost the same, or the bat claw coming from her grapnel gun that is on a flimsy wire. But other than those, I don't think there's anything that really irked me about this figure. Believe it or not, I believe it was a good idea to separate her legs from her torso. That way it allows for more posability for those legs. Now, to some, it may look a little bit weird. So if you are not interested in the figure because of that, that's up to you. It pretty much all depends on what you prioritize. Do you prioritize posability or do you prioritize how good it looks? I think the overall look of the figure is great. Going off the designs of the video game, it still looks very detailed. I like the overall designs, and also I do like the fact that they used the rooted hair instead of just the sculpted hair, just because it looks a little bit more natural for this figure. I like the black and gold on this figure. I kind of wish that the gold on the boots matched the emblem on the chest a little bit more, but that's pretty much just nitpicking. The emblem of the chest is a little bit brighter than everything else, but I mean, it's all right. I do love the cape. The cape is great. I like the two materials on the back of the cape and on the inner lining of the cape. I like the gold trim in there. Now, should you buy it? I think so. I think it's a great Batgirl figure from Hot Toys. Remember that it will scale a little bit different to other Hot Toys from movies. But of course, if you're collecting the Arkham line from the video game series, then definitely she's a great addition. Now, as of the posting of this video, I believe she is available at Sideshow. I'll leave a referral link just right in the comments. Yeah, if you're looking for a Batgirl, definitely use that link. I am definitely interested to see if you are willing to purchase this figure or if you have already purchased this figure. What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you stopping by for another review. I'll be back with another one soon. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave a like for this video and also hit that bell for notifications. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.